Are you serious? Are you serious? Iran. The Ayatollah Ali Khamenei spoke yesterday, and he warned the United States of America about remaining in the Persian Gulf, anywhere in the Persian Gulf, with their military forces. The Iranian supreme leader also suggested that Iran would continue to hold war drills in the area despite the recent Obama administration's Iran nuke deal. Matter of fact, in an article that was published at the Washington Free Beacon, the Iranian supreme leader is quoted as saying, "Today, the enemies utter words bigger than their mouths. For instance, they develop plans to bring to halt Iran's military war games in the Persian Gulf. What a foolish remark," he said. Quote, "The Persian Gulf is the Iranian nation's home, and the Persian Gulf and a large section of the Sea of Oman belong to this powerful nation." Supreme Leader the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said before adding, "Therefore, we should be present in the region, hold war games, and display our power, and it is the Americans who should say why they have come from the side of the world and stage drills here." "What are you doing here?" he said. "Go back to the Bay of Pigs," said Khamenei. "Go and hold exercises there. What are you doing in the Persian Gulf? The Persian Gulf is our home." "The excessive demands of the powers should be confronted this way," said Supreme Leader Khamenei, in quoting as saying in the Washington Free Beacon's news article. Now, the Obama administration has rallied the Iranian nuke deal as a success, and both the Democratic presidential candidates have campaigned on the success of the Iranian nuke deal. Yet it is Donald J. Trump who says the Iranian nuke deal is a total disaster and has made the world much more unstable. Well, Benjamin Netanyahu agrees with Trump without question, and the reason is because why in this world, with the six superpowers of the world, which is, of course, the United States and Russia and China and Britain and France and Germany, why would these six nations agree with the Iranian nation to allow Iran to have the opportunity to develop their nuclear program? Yes, they say it's because of nuclear power, blah, blah, blah. But even at their own admission that Iran will have nuclear weapons within 10 years with this agreement. And instead of us being able to monitor, make sure they're not making nuclear weapons, the Iranians will monitor themselves. This is the most absolute insane agreement ever signed in the history of humanity. And it will not go down as Obama's legacy of greatness, but it will go down as the biggest blunder and the worst agreement that the world ever signed. And it won't all fall on Obama's shoulders. Vladimir Putin has to take some blame. So does Angela Merkel. So does David Cameron. So does Xi Jinping of China. So does Francis Hollande. They're all, what are they going to do? That's all going to be a big, ugly stain on the pages of their legacies. And let's hope that's all it is. Because it could be an ugly stain of blood on the Middle East side of the earth. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu extremely upset. And remember, folks, this signing of this deal happened during the 4 blood moons. And if you want to go to biblical prophecy, go. Take a look at what Daniel says was coming. How he prophesied that there would be this Middle East madness in the 11th chapter of the book of Daniel talks about many nations being overthrown, and Egypt would not escape. David says in Psalms 83 that there would be a confederacy, a conspiracy, if you will, of nations that would come together against Israel and even declare they would wanted to wipe Israel off the pages of history or off the face of the earth. These very words were quoted by the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. They were also quoted by the former president of Iran, Masoud Ahmadinejad. Even their current president, Hassan Rouhani, agrees with the supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei. And so when you start thinking about all of the prophetically, Zechariah says that Jerusalem will become a cup of trembling, a burdensome stone to all people. All that burden themselves with it will be broken into pieces, though all the nations of the world come against Israel. And so we understand when the Ayatollah Khamenei says he wants to destroy Jerusalem, destroy Israel, eliminate Israel as a nation. Here's what it says David wrote in Psalms 83. He said, "Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies have made a turmoil, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." This is prophesied in your Bible. We know in Gog and Magog, Persia or Iran is involved in the invasion of Israel as well. So, folks, this thing is shaping up. And now you've got the supreme leader. The ink is not even dry on the agreement while he's spinning centrifuges and preparing to build a nuclear arsenal. He's telling the U.S. to get out of the Persian Gulf. Are you serious? Who would protect the nation of Israel when there's 250 million Muslims surrounding that tiny nation of 7 million? Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time. He's coming soon.